come for the orientation. Now please do not miss to have a cup of tea while you go out. There is some refreshment for you. And I'm just going to tell you the location of the classes that you have to deposit the stationery items to the class teachers. Class 3A you'll find on the ground floor. Class 3B and 3C you'll find on the first floor. There is a class list displayed on the class door as well, so you can check the name of your ward. Thank you so much.
Done? Thank you so much. We are all together once again after these turbulent times, and it gives me immense pleasure to have you all sitting here, and enthusiastically our students are waiting to be back to school in this academic session. So, checking on your energy levels. So let's have a hip hip hooray for Smart Wonders. Hip hip? Hooray! That much energy? Hip hip? Hooray! From the children? Hip hip? Hooray! Thank you. So dear parents, as we are aware that Smart Wonder School is one of the esteemed educational institute in Mohali, and it is known for being a hub of innovative teaching learning. Even during COVID times, believe me, the Smart Wonder team left no stones unturned to have the innovative ideas for the teaching learning processes. Our school faculty, I feel extremely proud to announce this, that the faculty and management work tirelessly around the clock to provide and ensure the teaching learning happening in the online classes. The transition is smooth from the classroom teaching to the online innovative techniques. Now, I would request our academic coordinator, Ms. Payal, to please take us through the presentation to talk about the processes and functioning of our school system, to give you an insight about the curriculum and the methodologies which we are about to follow in session 2022-23. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. And your parents, a very warm welcome to you all. On this pleasant and joyful morning of the orientation day, let's pray to the Almighty to help us excel and achieve greater heights this year too. As mentioned by Ms. Pooja, that of course we are out of the turbulent times and we look ahead for a very challenging years, because I'm sure you all will agree that our children are coming to school after a long gap of time. So we have our challenges of giving them that social-emotional connect that they've been missing with their peer, and of course connect with their teachers. So we wish to bring out the best in our students and prepare them to become competent enough to meet the challenges. Moving ahead on the path of excellence, SWS team is ready to effectively take up these challenges, and for that we are introducing new processes, new strategies to overcome all the difficulties that may come our way. And of course, with parent support, I'm very, very sure that we are going to overcome all of these. So let me introduce you to the stalwarts, pillars of strength of the team SWS, our Honorable Director, Mr. Sandeep Singh, and a very assiduous, meticulous principal, Ms. Poonamjeet Kaur. They are the visionaries and torch bearers to lead us on the path of excellence, to provide our students with the best. Further, our academic head, we have Ms. Sarika Sharma, Head Junior Wing, who is the guiding light for the junior school, and her constant support and solution-focused approach keeps us going. And I'm Payal Bedi, the academic coordinator for the primary years, always there for all of you. Take a few cheers for Thank you so much. Further, taking you through the vision of the school. So we aim at giving we work towards the holistic development of our students by providing them innumerable learning opportunities for the development of intellectual, emotional, social, mental abilities of our students. The intent is to make our students confident, competent and caring individuals. As we know, the children are the future of the world and of course supreme essence of every parent. Apples of the eyes of parents, of course, and so we aim in providing an all-round 360-degree development to the children. So, the student of SWS, how the child of SWS should be described? As an individual who has impeccable communication skills, not just that, of course, technologically savvy. I am very sure that these times give an opportunity to the students to be more tech savvy than their parents. I am sure you all will agree. So of course, because it's a data driven world, a world that is working on technology, so of course we want our children to have these skills. Then of course, all this is very, very hollow without a heart full of compassion. So we want our children to be compassionate individuals who are contributing in the development. So we have our principal ma'am here. Welcome ma'am.
I'm very sorry. I was punctual. I got up, but I just met a parent right outside my door. And I think my meeting the parents with concerns is very, very important because all this is in capable hands. So they're continuing, but a parent's query was required. So I was just handling that. Thank you.
Thank you ma'am for joining us. So the curriculum in the primary years is based on the National Education Policy 2020, wherein this age group, a very, very sensitive age group of 8 to 11 years is considered as a preparatory stage because it forms the foundation, a strong foundation for the future years. So we follow a play, discovery, activity-based and interactive classroom learning. So the curriculum of the primary years is structured in a way that we provide the students with varied learning experiences, nurturing the inquisitiveness, natural inquisitiveness of the children and allow them to be creative and expand their intellectual capacities. So when I say this, I mean to say that the curriculum is an amalgamation of academic and of course scholastic and post-scholastic activities. So when here it's like mentioned, it's not just about literacy, numeracy and IT skills, but also the right combination of art, music, dance, sports, which is very, very well, in a well-balanced approach it is amalgamated in the curriculum. So the skills that we focus on, as I mentioned earlier also, not just communication skills. So this year, we focus on collaboration. Because children have been, of course, working very hard, very, very challenging times they faced, but in isolation. COVID pushed us in being isolated and so this collaboration was missing, so we are going to focus on this. Collaboration, however, all other skills like critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, decision making, then of course developing scientific temper, IT skills, inter and intrapersonal skills, and of course developing positive values and habits. So this is the focus of our curriculum. Instructional model in the primary years. So primary years, I'm going to share how we try to incorporate what I'm just mentioning, skills and different subjects. So I'll just share with you. So we have kept in mind the engagement of students, very important. If a child is not engaged, we can't achieve what we might be saying that this is the goal. So purpose of engagement is that the students get excited about learning. They are ready to explore a topic or a concept. So after engage comes explore. So students, they are carrying out hands-on activities, conducting experiments to deepen their understanding of the concepts. Then next is explain. So So children are given a chance, an opportunity to explain what they've learned and experienced. And this is done by helping them to express themselves, express their learning. And then applying the learning is elaborating it. So this helps them to deepen their skills and understanding. And of course, the cycle is incomplete without evaluation, the assessment, and this is the last thing that we've mentioned, evaluation and assessment, very important for us to reflect how much have we achieved and what needs to be done next. So the methodologies we follow, I'm sure you will agree that you have seen all these activities, all these methods being followed by the teachers in the classes. So be it conducting a survey or interviewing a neighbor, or an integrated project, or assemblies, celebrations, then competitions, role plays, games, puzzles, conducting experiments. All these are a part, a very, very important part of our lesson plan. So the teachers, they do a lot of research to come out with innovative methods to teach a concept. Next slide, ma'am. So all this is done to achieve this. So holistic development of the child is in the center, whether it is language development, or we are talking about physical, cognitive, or socio-emotional development, which is very, very important and have been a miss for some time now. So all this is kept in mind, value building. So you must have seen we have our value of the month and we have activities planned around that also. So when I say this, so much I have talked about the curriculum, I want to show you some pictures of the last session that we've had, wherein you'll just find that what all I'm talking about was actually done in the classes. So here is a sample, an example of how students get to express themselves. So here, and the next you'll see the biography. So parents' biography is being written by the child. Then resolutions, of course research. I'm sure many of you are just connecting. These are our children's work. So then of course Hindi language. We try to make it as creative and innovative as it can be. So this was an integrated project on life of Mahatma Gandhi, done across grades from 3 to 5. So math, of course, some of us dread doing math, but we try to make it really interesting for the children. So be it multiplication, be it fractions, so we try to have innovative teaching learning strategies to make learning fun for the students. And they also get a chance to express their creativity. And of course, lessons to be learned from nature. Life skills, of course, be it making a sandwich or putting together a salad, a quick salad. So we want our children to be efficient enough to do such simple things. So we work in this direction. So I'll just show you some celebrations that we've had last year. There was a time when we had hybrid classes last year. So here, this is class 5 children having a Children's Day celebrations. We were following all the protocols. However, we didn't deprive them of any of the fun that they really needed to have, be it Diwali celebrations or Christmas celebrations. So we had Christmas celebrations in the hybrid mode. So I'm sure this year is going to be all the more fun with everyone in the campus. And of course, we continue to have our assemblies all through the year. And other cultural activities, they kept going on in all the classes. So class assemblies were never missed, whether we were online or we were in the hybrid mode. And also keeping in mind our children's interest. So we had workshops for children, and of course we are going to have many more this year. So this was a workshop done on body safety to create that awareness which is required. And of course, I want to showcase some of our achievers who've done wonders in the field of sports. So I request all the parents, do share with us the achievements of your children from time to time, so that we feel, we take pride and showcase. So I can see parents clicking pictures on the screen. So it's a proud moment for all of us to share, showcase what our children have achieved. And our children also represented in different inter-school competitions. So we have some of the winners on the screen. So in all areas, so the teachers guided the students really well, be it a stand-up comedy, a competition or a mimicry competition. So I take pride in sharing the achievements of our students. Alright, let's come back to the session 2022-23, which we are looking ahead of us. So assessments are of course a very, very important part of the teaching learning process. So I'll just quickly take you through the process that we follow in 3 to 5 for assessments. So we have continuous assessments all through the year, formal and of course informal in the classes as well. So I'm talking about the periodic assessments, half yearly and final examination. So we have continuous periodic assessments happening. So we have 2 PAs, periodic assessment PA, 2 PAs for each subject in the first and the second term. And each PA is of 25 marks. And half yearly and final examination of 60 marks each. So this is a quick flow chart, you'll get an idea. So we have 2 PAs every term, and of course the half yearly and the final examination. So we also have internal assessments wherein teachers are assessing the students on day-to-day basis when they are teaching. So be it class discussion, group work, individual work, oral quizzes, or any activities that are happening in the class, so that all these activities are assessed under the subject enrichment and multiple assessments. So if you feel the teacher was after me to submit the work, because we are assessing the work. So the marks in the report card are the exact marks how the child has performed. And apart from subject enrichment and multiple assessment, notebooks play a very important role. So please encourage your children. I know it's going to be a struggle because we were online. So let's just encourage them to maintain their notebooks very, very diligently. So periodic assessments are conducted every Monday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And of course the schedule and the syllabus is shared well in time with the parents. So this is a glimpse of what goes in the report card. So we have PAs, subject enrichment, multiple assessment, notebooks, everything put together along with the half yearly and the final exams. So that goes in the report card. And of course, as I just mentioned, that assessments are very, very important. So I request the parent that you must ensure that your child doesn't miss any PA. Because as a policy, we won't be conducting the PA again for the child. So please try that the child doesn't miss the PA. Remedial classes, of course, wherein we feel the child needs an extra support in any area or any concept, any subject. So teachers plan extra remedial class for their child, and of course we send the information to the parent. So I want parents support and cooperation that they must make use of this facility given by the school, because remedial classes are planned specifically for that child where we feel that the child needs support. So do send your child for these classes. The child should not miss the class that the teacher wants the child to take. So this year we have new clubs being introduced in the primary classes. So we have 4 clubs being introduced: Literary, Eco Club, STEM Club, Arts and Craft Club. So the information related to these clubs, I'll just take you through the clubs. Before that, let me just tell you that we are going to send you a detailed circular, and also a Google form will be shared with you, wherein you can give your preference of the club, and 1 club will be allotted to each child. So we want the children of similar interest to collaborate. Like I mentioned earlier, that collaboration is very important. So we want them to pursue something that they wish to do with people of similar interest. So that is why clubs have been introduced, and Like its literary club is going to work on the different language skills of the child, and a number of activities will be conducted, be it calligraphy, be it debates, declamation, creative writing, all these kinds of activities, language related activities. Then Eco Club, this club is going to be about the environment. So creating awareness about the environmental issues and switching more to a more sustainable living. So this club will cater to such activities and creating awareness amongst the children. STEM club, as the name suggests, it's science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So we are going to have activities which are going to make children aware of the science present around them. And of course, developing scientific temper by different activities and of course, creating that awareness. Then Arts and Crafts Club. So this club of course is going to look at the creative aspect. If you're very creative, you want to learn different art forms, and also this is the club to go to. So I really take pride to share this list. We have 11 running committees in the school. I want to share this with you because these committees are fully functional to ensure that all areas of our students' interests are taken care of, and the focus of teachers is on just teaching. So here, I want to make a mention that the school adheres to all the necessary compliances. So be it POCSO Act, be it safety of the children, nothing is compromised at all. So we have all these committees functioning in the school. Next slide, ma'am. Coming down to guidelines for the new session, I want to share that, of course, classes are being conducted offline and online as per your choice that you've made. Then, of course, online classes are in the Google Meet. But there's a request for the parents, if you've opted for offline class, the child will not be able to attend online class unless they put in a request and it has been approved by the principal. So kindly do not just feel the child misses the class and he'll be able to immediately switch to online. So that permission has to be taken prior to the day. So then the school timings we have from 6th April, 8 a.m. to 2:50 p.m. So we have quite a number of student engagement activities that have been planned for the children in the timetable, which I'll just talk about next. And our timetable has a well-balanced approach. So we have curricular and co-curricular activities all put together in a very, very thoughtful, after a big, a lot of thought given to it. And we have e-calendar this year, and the class teacher will share the e-calendar with you, which can be referred for all the holidays, all the PTM days and other information. This is a sample timetable that I'm sharing on the screen. So as you can see, the green boxes. So on Monday we have the PA in the morning, first 1 hour. Then Tuesdays we have assemblies. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can just see the last 1 hour. So Wednesday we have circle time. Now circle time is very, very important lesson that has been added to the timetable to ensure that students, because they have missed on socio-emotional connect with the teachers, with the peers. So this time, circle time, very, very important feature of our timetable. This has been added. Then we have club activity on every Thursday, and we have house activity on every Friday. And of course, there's a class teacher lesson also, CT, that you can see. Other than that, we have these blue boxes of all the different activities, co-curricular activities that are there. So homework will be shared with you on the school pad every day. And of course, the children are going to write the same in the school almanac or school diary. So we, of course, as you know, last year also we had homework scheduled, so it will be shared with you. And homework, we try to send a balanced homework and not too much or too less. So either way, we'll just look at it. And of course, communication. School diary is meant for communication. So it's a request that instead of dropping a WhatsApp message to the teacher, kindly write in the school diary, because teachers will be busy with the classes, and if something has to be communicated, so please make use of the school diary. Then class assemblies, subject specific activities will be planned from time to time, and information is of course shared with the parents on a regular basis, and all circulars will be shared via school pack. Then, as you are aware, we have a monthly note being sent on the right at the beginning of every month, which has all the activities, all the information about the PAs, the schedule, the syllabus, special events, assemblies, holidays, everything mentioned in that. So please refer to this document and kindly save it also, so that you can refer to it over the month. And school website, it is regularly updated for the pictures of the events being conducted in the school. You can refer to it for the latest circulars and monthly newsletter also. And of course, do share the information if the child is achieving something, doing something really good. We would love to share these pictures on the website. And if you have any concerns, any issues that you really want to write about, that you want to communicate, so it's a request that you give them in writing rather than verbal requests. So because writing is, the most relevant ways of putting across a formal request, so you can always communicate through the school email, and these email IDs are of course there in the school almanac also. So at the end of the day, parents' positive involvement is what can make the school do what we intend to do. So of course parents' support is what we look forward to, and we believe in this very, very strongly. So that is why we have 4 formal meetings every year in the month of May, September, December and March. And information related to the PTMs is sent quite in advance to the parents with a time slot allotted to each parent. Other than these days, if you feel like talking to the class teacher or sharing any concern, you're most welcome on a Saturday, on a working Saturday, you can visit the school and you can take a prior appointment to meet the class teacher or any specific subject teacher. And before the PTMs, as you're aware, we send feedback forms or any other consent forms or acknowledgement forms. Kindly return them to the class teacher in a timely manner. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is the kind of support we get. We don't need to ask for it. So taking you further, the school rules. So school rules, of course, the kind of discipline and punctuality we learn in our school days. I think that is, we don't get it anywhere. Yes, I think parents are agreeing with me. So we expect our students to be punctual to the school. I know it will take some time. Habits need to be reformed because children have been at home for a long time. So kindly work in this area, because habitual late arrivals will be sent back. And when I say this, we are really looking at, putting it into practice. So also ensure that your ward comes to school neatly dressed up in school uniform. School uniform is something we should take pride in wearing. So the child should be neatly dressed up. And if in case you have to take a leave, kindly write a leave application. You can send it through email, or even leave forms can be used, which are there in the almanac. And again, a request for the parents to avoid early pickup of the children from school unless there is an emergency, because this disturbs the child's day. And of course, carrying parent ID card is compulsory. If you wish to send someone, you need to send that parent ID card for the pickup, because we cannot compromise on the safety of the child. And please avoid that, last minute we get the parent is calling the teacher while she is busy dispersing the children. So ensure that you make your arrangements well in advance. After the break timings, no child will be allowed to leave the school. So no such request will be entertained because it causes a lot of disturbance and we really need to update our records. The child went in for half day or had to go early, so please avoid such requests. Then go through the almanac daily and read all the messages and circulars being sent and adhere to them, of course. Birthday celebrations, a very, very exciting time for the children. However, we intend to keep in school, so no casual clothes allowed in school. You can send some candies or simple stationery items if the child wants to share with the classmates. Then encourage your ward to do his homework assignments himself and regularly, and submissions to be on time. So the last year when we were online, we really struggled to get the submissions from the children. So children, are you going to be regular with your homework assignments? Yes, I hope no reminders will be required. Alright. And of course the students must do homework themselves. So kindly as parents just keep, I know the urge is there, make or dekho, but try to pull yourselves and kindly just support the child. If the child is facing any problem, there is a query, encourage your ward to clear it with the teacher. And of course our teachers are always there to support you. You can just, encourage your child to ask the queries in class. Then have a slotted time for self-study at home because it is very important that we spend quality time with the child. I know we all are very busy and we sometimes say, okay, family, maybe we are watching TV together, however, we are not communicating. So as parents, I think we should be more mindful that we spend quality time with the child. And for online classes, simple instructions are there that now, although we have given the option of online classes, kindly ensure that you provide a proper setup for the child to study. And of course the child should be regular, sitting with the camera switched on, which was a miss last year. The children also take a lot of advantage, but we want them to be now more regular and at it for their classes. We in Smart Wonders have a YouTube channel. So can I ask all the parents, how many of you subscribed? Come on, let's do it right away. You can open your phones and subscribe for the... That's so good. Thank you so much, ma'am. So I want more and more people, you should share because whatever our children are doing, so you can immediately get a glimpse of it. Even today's program recording is going to be uploaded there. So please subscribe to our channel.
We'll share the link on their website.
We'll share the link. Yes. And then we have our Facebook and Instagram pages. And how many of you have actually followed, liked, shared?
Yes, ma'am.
Please do so today. So parents, you can do it immediately. It just takes a few seconds to do that because it's always good to share children's achievements because children, they feel so good about it. So, and of course our communication channel, email IDs are there in the almanac. Do feel free to share your concerns in writing. And we look forward to your cooperation. So before I finish the presentation, I want to just read an excerpt from a poem. Children learn what they live. If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with honesty, they learn truthfulness. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If children live with acceptance, they learn to love. So we expect our parents to be the role models for the children. And of course, with your cooperation and support, we are very sure that we can achieve all that we've just mentioned on the slides. Thank you so much, parents, for being so patient. So Before I hand over to Pooja, I'd like to introduce you to the teachers, class teachers. So class 4A we have Miss Tanvi as the class teacher. She's a French educator. Then we have class 4B Miss Komal, an English educator. Class 4C we have Miss Sonia. She's a math educator. 4D we have Miss Pooja Sharma, an EVS educator. Then we have Mr. Twinder as Punjabi educator. We have Miss Apeksha, the IT educator. Miss Sangeeta, the Hindi educator. We have Miss Preeti, dance educator. Miss Harpreet, the art educator. And we have Miss Kiran with us, who is HOD art and activity coordinator. And she has a team of very, very efficient educators for the art department. Thank you so much, teachers. Come on, let's give them a hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Payal ma'am, for this insightful presentation. So I hope, keeping this information in mind, all our students are gearing to be back to school in session 2022-23. Is that so? Is it a big yes? Yes. So we are also incomplete without you, and we are eagerly waiting for you to be back. Now I would request our worthy principal, Ms. Poonamjit Kaur, to share a few words.
I'll make it a few words. Because I've come a little late.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Again, I apologize for coming in the middle of the presentation. However, as you know that the show must go on, right? And the school is not dependent on one person. So everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing, and they're all doing it. And that is why I can confidently sit in my office and say, "Ma'am, please go on," because my heart and soul is here. The teachers are the ones who are doing the hard work. I am just the face, right? So the presentation is of everything that will happen in the classrooms. So behind this presentation is the workshops that the teachers are attending, the trainings that are happening, the research work that's going into the lesson plans, the new lesson plans that are being made. One would say, why? Why can't we use the lesson plans that were made last year? Well, those were modified from before because those were meant for online or hybrid classes. Now we are working on the offline and hybrid mode for as long as it is. So it is not what is going to be taught. That is the only thing that the teachers have to work on. It's how it's going to be taught, when it's going to be taught. So all that is the work of the teachers under the guidance of the HODs. So in our school, we have an HOD, the head of the department, for every department, and they are looking after the academic rigor and well-being from 3 to 10. So the teachers on every Saturday sit with their heads of the departments to discuss in detail as to what all they are going to be doing in the coming week. And of course, the lesson plans that have to be implemented in a month are prepared a month in advance and handed over to their heads of the departments after they put their inputs, those are sent to external curators. Curators are of those subjects who are working with multiple schools across the country. So we do it in a drive. So we all have become very technologically advanced, by the way. So COVID has done that for us. So if there is something good that has come out of COVID is IT. IT knowledge. The fear that we all had of IT has gone forever. What would we do without a Google Drive? What would we do without mails, right? So our HODs put the lesson plan in the drive, and within a week we have their inputs in the same drive because they have access to it. And those are then shared with the teachers, and the teachers take those lesson plans to your children in the classrooms. So that is why it is so important. Thank you, sir, for appreciating that. So that is why it is so important for you to know. This is the process behind. So this is all happening behind. We all dressed up. So it's not just this, it is the work that's happening. So even now, not all the teachers are here because they are preparing. Our session is starting on the 6th. We don't want to waste a single minute of the child, forget about a day, right? So we are going to start with our academics and co-curriculars running from the 6th of April. And for that, we have been working since the 14th of March on a daily basis. So that whatever learning loss that might have happened, whether academically or socially or emotionally or physically, it is covered up. So I would like all of us to give a big round of applause to all the teachers present here because they are the backbone of this school. And they are the ones who have worked 24/7 for the past 2 years to ensure that our children, even while they were sitting at home, are able to learn and gain knowledge so that when they come to the next class, they are not at a loss as to what is happening in this class. The curriculum, when it's planned, we are following the CBSE curriculum, is like mapped from one class to another. That is why we can't skip a class, right? Because the basis of what is going to be taught in the next class is taught in the previous class. So the teachers have to sit with their counterparts of the class that is previous and the class that is next to ensure that what have they learned, what do I have to do, and what do I have to make sure that they learn so that they are comfortable in the next class. So all that is happening in the teacher's mind. They are very busy people. And actually, unfortunately, in this country, we might not realize their importance, but they are the most important people in any economy. Teachers are above doctors, engineers, politicians. You know, for me, they would be here. So teachers are here. Let's give a big round of applause for teachers. We might not realize it, but the doctor is because of the teacher. Right? So, believe me, that is what I believe in. And all our children have the potential and capacity to become anything. Let's give them that chance. Let's not impose our aspirations on our children. Every child is an individual. We will make sure that we help your child reach their potential, right? In a very safe and loving environment. That is my promise to all of you. And I think we are almost on time. So I will not take more of your time. If any of you are taking transport for the first time and have not filled the transport form, I would request you to go to the reception and fill that form. Even though your name might have come in that list while we are making the routes, we are still finalizing the routes till the 31st of March. But still we need that form filled by you, and you will be given that link to even connect with the GPS so that you have an update of where the bus is, what is happening. Second, if there's anyone, whether it's a new admission or old admission, and their documents are still pending, I think this is a good time to even complete that documentation. We don't want you to miss your office or your leisure time and come again to school. And I think Payal ma'am has already covered. So I would, before I move forward, I would like to introduce Sarika ma'am to you. Sarika ma'am is our head of the junior wing, and she will be looking after the well-being of all the children from 3 to 5. So she'll be looking after from UKG to 5, but since this group is of 4, so I'm just mentioning 3 to 5. Primary years, whenever you have a problem, any issue, connect with the teacher. Any problem still, connect with Payal ma'am. She's already given her presentation. So she's already here from the past 3 years. So please make sure that all your issues and problems are sorted out. Sarika ma'am comes with a lot of experience. She's worked in bhavans. She is, in fact, I have to learn from Sarika ma'am, right? So we are honored to have her with us as the head of the junior wing. It is all a learning process. We learn from each other. We will bring in the best of the practices of Bhavans Panchkula. You know that at the moment in the Tri-City, Bhavans Panchkula is number 1. Right? And so it is an honor for us, for her to join us and our team. And we will make sure that we are on the map and our children are achieving so much more in the competitions, and people in Chandigarh and Panchkula know what Smart Wonders is. So, ma'am, I have great expectations that you have a lot of work to do, right? So, thank you, Payal, and thank you, Sarika ma'am. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a strong team right from the top till the bottom. I always admire our gatekeepers. So whether it is the housekeeping staff, whether it's the gatekeepers, whether it's the teacher, whether it is the pantry staff, whether it is the principal, we are all here for the children. And if we do our job, I don't think any parent can be unhappy. So for us, we have to look after your children's well-being, their academics, their overall holistic development. So these are not words for us. These are actions, and we take it very, very seriously. So if you ever get the time to speak to the teachers, you will find that I might have a very gentle demeanor, but I'm very particular about the safety of the children. So that is something that we cannot compromise on. Encouraging words always. Body language, our face, everything matters to the child. We are here to encourage the children, and that is what we expect from you also. So believe me, we are your true partners, and I am so grateful for your trust in us and for you in handing over your children to us. I promise you personally that the team of educators, 3 to 5, Payal ma'am, Sarika ma'am, will live up to your expectations and surpass them. Thank you everyone, thank you teachers. I know that you are sitting there, I am talking, but I am talking from your behalf. Right? So it is your feelings, your emotions, and what you do that I speak. Because I am your representative, not everyone can speak. So this is what is a teacher in our school, an educator. We are there to facilitate, we are there to help you. So please do not hesitate and get the children to have the confidence, because it's confidence. We want confident children to speak up. Speak what they need. See, a lot of times what happens is we need something, but we hold on to it. अगर हमको पता नहीं चलेगा कि चाहिए क्या बच्चे को, तो वो टीचर शायद ना कर सके. तो हमने अपने बच्चों में ये कॉन्फिडेंस देना है कि खड़े होके पूछो, बोलो, मांगो. मांगोगे तब मिलेगा. Right? Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'm so grateful to all of you for having taken out the time to come to the school. Orientation is an important day, and it's a wonderful start to the new session. I am sure that we will do a great job together. The parents, the teachers, and the students. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to invite our junior school head, Ms. Sarika Sharma, to extend the vote of thanks.
So I would say a very gratifying good morning to all of you, because that is my duty today here. As I stand before you, I think the instructional part Poonam ma'am has helped out, and the insight into the processes, Payal ma'am has been definitely very good with that. So my duty here is just to pay my gratitude from the school's end, be it right from the head, the principal who's been so supportive, sensitive, and she's competent. I would say the coordinators are actually the ones who are balancing, they do the balancing act between the teacher and the hierarchy so that the things get done wonderfully. And of course the parents, they are the ones who are the backbone of any learning process that goes within the homes and at school. So we cannot do without you. So keep all your vertebral columns tight, and it's going to be a lot of work that we as educators are going to be putting across to you for your child, and the same is expected from you as parents. But now just a small, because I want to wind up very quickly. Parents, this age group that we are dealing with is where they are actually the ones who have now, they have been curious, but they are learning the concept. So the concept building is going on. I would request each parent to be just involved with the teaching learning of the student and not send them for tuitions, please. Because that is where the maximum undoing we have to do from our end. The teachers, because like ma'am said, we are going through such comprehensive training programs, and each lesson plan goes with a lot of thought process, and it's going through a lot of process of getting selected, and weaning part is taken so that the best and the juice is coming out to your kids in the class. But if at your end your student, your child is going for tuitions and the concept building, what a teacher does, and believe me, all those who are taking tuitions are not competent. They are not knowing what all is actually progressing in the field of education every day. जैसे हम हिंदी लिखते थे, आज हिंदी अगर मैंने महत्व लिखना है तो आज त वैसे नहीं लिखा जाता जैसे हम लिखते थे. Are you aware of it? If you are not aware, I am quite sure the ones who are taking the tuitions, they are not aware. It's not without any reason that we have 15 days training. We could, as teachers, the principal will very comfortably say, मेरी teachers को खुश करो, 10 दिन छुट्टी करो, school बंद, and so much of is being poured on her. So it's just my humble request that if you require any kind of help for your concept building of the child, come back to the class teacher. She will trickle it down to the coordinator, and it will come to us, and on Saturdays we will help out your child. So with that, I actually extend a very heartfelt gratitude to each parent here, and to the wonderful students who have done wonderfully, amazingly, and you all have been stupendous. So I would say, let's keep up that energy for this session, welcoming you all to the new academic session 2022-23, and we all can do it. So, thank you. And before we close, may I request each one of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
Thank you.
Dear parents, as we come to the end of this orientation program, I would request you to have refreshments laid outside, and I'll inform you about the classes. Class 4, A, B, C, D. All the sections, the classrooms are on the first floor. You can please go there and deposit the stationery. The student list is put upon the door outside the classrooms. Thank you. Thank you so much.